Dear students, welcome to my online class. I hope you are enjoying and utilizing our classes online on different topics. Today, I am here before you to conduct a class for you on your English first paper on topic Python. I am Iqbal Hussain, lecturer of English, Bandhavgarh Cantonment Public School and College. Dear students, before getting started with our main activities, let me make it first clear to you what a pie chart is in fact. You see, behind me on the whiteboard I have drawn an oval shape form here. If you present an information in this form, it's called a pie chart. For example, here I have presented 6 pieces of information on the different sources of electricity from where Bangladesh produces have total electricity. So now if I can describe this information, if I write there are 6% of electricity, 6 sources, and now if I can write 6 very simple, very easy sentences describing this. And if I can highlight at the end of my description, highlight means focusing on the main points. For example, here you see the highest point and you see the lowest point of electricity. If you can write 2 more, 3 or 2 more sentences at the end of the description, that's focus on highlighting. So it's very easy topic in fact. There is a question number 10 in the question paper, but it's very important for you dear students because this topic carries good amount of marks for you. It carries 10 marks for you, so it's very important to learn how to describe, how to write a pie chart. So another important thing is that you have to maintain word limit for describing a pie chart because you need to describe within a limit. So in some questions I have seen the limit to be 80 words and in some other questions I have seen the limit to be 150 words. So you better try to write within 80 to 150 words. Word limit may be more 10 or 20 or 30 words, maybe more or less, it doesn't matter. So now I think it is very clear to you what a pie chart is. It may be the pie chart when it is in round shape, oval shape, oval form, it's called pie chart. When it is in like perpendicular line like this, it is called bar chart. In the class we discussed about all this, I think you know it, and if you open a tab you will see different kind of chart there. Bar chart, bar chart, pie chart, cut chart there. Today my class is on pie chart. So by the time I think it is very clear to you what you need to do. So before starting answer, be sure that you have to read the question first and try to understand, try to know what you are asked to do in the question by reading the question first. So after reading the question, let's see the question. This is pie chart. This pie chart shows the sources of electricity. In Bangladesh, describe the chart focusing on the main points, at least 80 words, as I have talked about word limit already. So now, let's see how we can do that, how we can describe a pie chart. Let's simply write me some sentences on the information in the chart. See here, there are 6% of producing electricity in the chart. Let me start from the highest point. You can either start from highest point and then gradually proceed to the lowest point or vice versa, starting from lowest point to the highest point. I will start here from highest point. You see natural gas 42%. This is the percentage. That means Bangladesh produces 42% of the total electricity from natural gas or from burning natural gas. Now if I write a sentence, a simple sentence, Bangladesh produces 42% of her total electricity from burning natural gas, that's okay. In this way, if you can write 6 sentences using 6 percentages here, this is information here, that's all. you can write 42% electricity comes from, or 42% of total electricity of Bangladesh comes from natural gas. Or you can write natural gas contributes to 42% of the total electricity of Bangladesh. Or you can you can follow your own style, or you can follow any style. You start from your textbook. If you open your textbook, there are dozens of sample answers there of just questions. If you see them, if you practice further, it will be far much clear to you. So then, Bangladesh produces, it is the second highest. Bangladesh produces 40% of the total electricity by burning coal. Then, let's see, Bangladesh produces 10% of the total electricity by burning oil, from oil. And then Bangladesh produces 5% of our total electricity from hydroelectric power plant. That is one, we have only one hydroelectric power plant, Kaplan. Then Bangladesh produces 3% of our total electricity from solar energy, solar power, and then finally Bangladesh produces 2% of the total electricity from nuclear power plant. There is to build a group, but I have just Now, this all, if you can in this way write simple sentences, you don't need to go for long, complicated sentences, complex and compound sentences. If you can, it's okay, no matter. If you, some of you can, you have a very good command of language, that's very welcome. If you can write very well, no problem. But anyway, you need to maintain word limit, please. And remember that. But those who are less strong, I'd like to say strong, but less strong than others, don't worry, please. Just write in simple, easy, understandable sentences. Describe the chart, what you understand, no matter. Out of 10, you may carry, if you can write, whatever possible. You may carry 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. But those who can write well, better, you can expect for 8 or 9 months, no matter. So, dear students, I have edited here a sample answer of this pie chart here. Let's see where it is, how. You can follow, you don't need to exactly follow me. You can, as I've already told you, you can follow your own style, or you can learn different stuff from the textbook. So now let's see. Here the question, describe the chart. This pie chart shows the different sources of electricity in Bangladesh. Describe the chart, focus on the main points. So now let's see. This is a pie chart about different sources of electricity of Bangladesh. In the chart, you can see that Bangladesh produces 42% of our electricity from natural gas. You can write in different way, I've already shown you. Again, Bangladesh produces 40% of our electricity from burning coal. Then Bangladesh produces 8% of electricity from oil. After that, Bangladesh produces 3% of electricity from solar energy. Then Bangladesh produces 5% of electricity from hydroelectric power plant. And finally, then last of all, Bangladesh produces 2% of our total electricity from nuclear power plants. Dear students, in this way you see, I have described the chart in a very easy, very simple, very basic, very understandable sentence. You can follow this. Now, the description is completed over. Now we need to highlight. What highlight? You have to focus on the main points, the highest and lowest amount of that. See? After analyzing the chart, you can see that Bangladesh produces 42% of total electricity from natural gas. That's due to lack of shortage of space, I have written here within the bracket the highest amount. You can write it, Bangladesh produces the highest amount of electricity from natural gas, and it is 42%. And Bangladesh produces 2% of electricity from the nuclear power plant, and it is the lowest amount of electricity. So students, by the time I hope, and I think you have understood what a pie chart, how we describe it. So please, for your further understanding, I'd like to suggest you some homework from here. From the board question is of 2017, 2018, 2019. Please you practice from this board question, you will understand it better. So the student, I'm at the end of my class. Thank you very much for watching this class. I hope you utilize other classes of mine online. And hope you all the best. Allah Hafiz.